I'm at Bowman Distillery this morning to collect my lottery bottle that I got. I got a second email, and I'm also going to do a tour. So, let's do this.
Perfect. Are you both interested in these stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, can't even get the bottom ones. Oh, look at the baby ones.
All right, well, welcome in and welcome back, my friend. My name is Holly, and obviously I am your tour guide for the next 45 minutes or so. We obviously designed our love sign to reflect our love of bourbon, and it does get you all the way from grain to bottle. Now, are we whiskey drinkers? Is that what brought us in? Yes, awesome. Okay, so you are probably aware then that bourbon and all whiskeys are actually regulated by federal law. We obviously have two stills here. On my left, we have George. And then to my right, we have Mary. And no, they are not named after the Washingtons. They are named after the lesser known George and Mary Bowman. Yeah, the ones that had those 13 children, however many millions of years ago. It starts to happen around 173 degrees. When we hit that temperature, what's boiling in going through the lab? There's no photography in the lab.
Okay.
We emptied those barrels back out 7 years from now. So very yin and yang happening in this room. But those two giant tanks on your left are for the sole purpose of catching all that white dog as it comes off of the Mary. Stainless steel mesh in the middle?
Yeah.
That is the first step in filtration. That catches all the barrel char, which you can see we have a ton of here. But remember that the barrel has to be charred with fire. And so that floats around in that whiskey, giving it a little bit of charcoal filtration, but also we can't drink wood. So we do have to filter that out before we can put it in the bottle. And that happens right here. Now when we are emptying barrels here, this trough gets full of this char. So we do have to stop every couple of batches and make sure we clean it out real good, which is what has happened here. It is ready for the next batch. On its job, the pipes do theirs. So that pipeline, if you follow it, goes back to the wall, shoots across, and then if you watch it disappears through that wall back into the room it came from. On the other side of that center wall, there is essentially a pipe switch for that whiskey. So this is a blended whiskey. It's been going on, like I said, about 12 years. He has another 2 or 3 before he feels like he'll be ready. The one stacked at no idea how fast or how many we do any given day. There's one person here who knows that, and Shantae is not on this tour, but she can tell you off the top of her head. Are 5 warehouses. So this is one of them that we are in today. It is obviously the one that we stage our glassware in before we bottle it, before we put it down. So needless to say, we just had a delivery, so it got sent here. It's going to go around the corner into glass storage, hopefully by the end of today, so I have time to do a tour in here, but that's what happens when you're in. Now, can anybody tell me right away, looking at the barrels, not the glass, what do we do differently with our aging barrels? How do we store them at most? Absolutely. Thank you. You are correct. We stand them up. And that is not tradition in this industry. In fact, any industry that uses barrels, 99% of the time, those barrels are laying down on their side. Even if you think of pictures you've seen of barrels, they are most always laying down. But we broke that tradition in a very big way. Because remember, we moved into an old cellophane plant. And we broke that for the same reason it became tradition to put them on their side in the first place. Hundreds of years ago, before the forklift was invented. Easiest way to move a barrel around. Absolutely. Have you ever tried to lift a full barrel? I would not recommend it, my friends. When they are full, right after we put that white dog in them, they weigh about 510 pounds each. Yes. Barrels are 110 pounds when they are empty. So they are not easy to move. And like I said, before forklifts were invented, the easiest one to get one from A to B when it weighs 500 pounds is to roll it. Anyone can roll a barrel. Even little old me can do it. Takes a little bit of a learning curve, but once you got it, you got it. And they move really fast. But remember, we moved in here in 1988. And the very first forklift was actually invented in 1917, which means these buildings being completed in the late 20s were designed to use forklifts, as you have seen all throughout this tour. And as you can see here, which Kelsey so lovingly opened the door for us, we are designed for forklifts here. Every single building has forklift tunnels, ramps, doors, etc. to allow those forklifts access, because the cellophane plant used them extensively. So once we left Reston and moved in here, our master distiller decided we would do the same thing. And then so 2016 was the experimental, 2017 was our John Jay, the single barrel. And then in 2018, they changed the categories. So a really fun fact, no one can ever win World's Best Bourbon again after we won it in 2017.
No way.
Because in 2018, they added a non-Kentucky bourbon category. And we won that one again in 2020 as well. So now it's World's Best Kentucky Bourbon or World's Best Non-Kentucky Bourbon. There is no World's Best overall anymore. We were the last ones to hold that title. You're welcome, rest of non-Kentucky bourbon makers, I guess. Now we have to have our own category. I wonder why. Review liquor. We are also legally required to offer you a meal to go along with it. Right? I made it with love just this morning. Now, lucky for you, the best part about that law is you don't have to eat it if you don't want to.
Oh, that's only $60. I actually might buy this. I like it.
I'm hoping we will get this up and running before you guys go home. So if you want to see this bottom line down here, bottom our 6-year-old today, which is really, really fun for about 30 minutes, and then it's really, really boring because they have to change the tank.
I don't have a low number. What does that mean?
It doesn't matter anyway.
Oh, that jumped. My first one I sold it, I was 118. I'm 1,088 if it makes you feel better.
Mine doesn't exist, so
Oh, no.
Woohoo!
here at 7 in the morning and still get
Oh, they...
long time
They
ago.
could,
I got
they could bring
such
that
a
back if they
bottle.
want to. They don't